This is True Crime Stories. We focus on the facts.
Okay, so this case is one of those stories where the ending feels impossible until it actually happens. And even then, even knowing how it resolves, the years in between are almost impossible to comprehend. We're starting in Cleveland, Ohio, the West Side. And specifically, we're talking about a stretch of the city that runs along Lorraine Avenue and the streets around it. Working-class neighborhoods, tight-knit communities, the kind of blocks where people know their neighbors and kids walk to school along routes they've taken 100 times. This is where three separate stories begin. And for almost a decade, nobody knows they're connected. Michelle Knight is 21 years old when she disappears on August 23rd, 2002. She's last seen near West 106th Street after leaving a relative's home. She has a court appearance the next day for a custody matter. She never shows up. When her family reports her missing, the response is slower than it should be. She's an adult. There's no immediate sign of foul play, and the system doesn't treat her disappearance with the urgency it deserved. Her case goes cold. Amanda Berry is 16 when she disappears on April 21st, 2003. She's been working a shift at a Burger King on Lorraine Avenue, and she's walking home when contact is lost. The last anyone hears from her is a phone call with her sister that evening. She mentions she's getting a ride. The call ends. She doesn't come home. Amanda's mother, Luana Miller, spends the next years of her life searching, publicly, desperately. She appears on television programs. She distributes flyers. She does not stop looking for her daughter. Luana Miller dies in 2006. She never finds out what happened to Amanda. And then there's Gina DeJesus, 14 years old, April 2nd, 2004. She's walking home from school with a friend near the intersection of West 105th Street and Lorraine Avenue, the same stretch of road where Amanda Berry was last seen less than a year earlier. A man in a vehicle offers them a ride. Gina's friend says no and keeps walking. Gina accepts. Gina's friend goes home. Gina doesn't. 3 girls, 3 families shattered, 3 investigations that never connect. And somewhere in these same West Side neighborhoods, all 3 of them are in the same house. The house is at 2207 Seymour Avenue, and the man who lives there is named Ariel Castro. He's 52 years old. He's a school bus driver. He has children of his own in the area. He's been on that street for years. Neighbors know him. He's unremarkable. He's ordinary. He is, by every external appearance, just a guy who lives on the block. Inside that house, Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Gina DeJesus are being held captive for years, and then for more years. May 6th, 2013. Amanda Berry hears that Ariel Castro has left the house. A neighbor named Charles Ramsey is outside. Amanda gets to a door and starts screaming for help. Ramsey helps her force it open enough to get out. She has her daughter with her, a little girl born during her captivity. Amanda Berry calls 911 herself. She tells the dispatcher she has been held in this house. She gives the address. She says she needs police. Officers arrive within minutes. They go inside. And they find all 3 women, Amanda, Gina, and Michelle, alive. Michelle Knight has been in that house for almost 11 years. Ariel Castro is arrested later that day, without incident. He's picked up nearby, calm, like a man who doesn't fully grasp that it's over. And the investigation that follows moves fast. The physical processing of the residence documents what those years looked like from the inside. Reinforced doors, chains, barriers built into the structure of the house specifically designed to prevent movement and escape. The layout had been deliberately modified to hold people against their will while looking from the outside, like every other house on the street. Curtains drawn, minimal visible activity, nothing that made a neighbor stop and think twice. The timeline is reconstructed through interviews with the survivors, physical evidence, and records connected to Castro's movements over the preceding decade. And what emerges is a picture of something that defies easy comprehension. 3 people held in a residential neighborhood in a city, surrounded by people going about their lives for between 9 and 11 years. No one knew. Ariel Castro is formally charged on May 8, 2013, 2 days after the rescue. And as the evidence from the residence is processed and the full scope of what happened across those years is documented, the case expands into something almost staggering in scale. In July 2013, a grand jury returns an indictment with 977 counts. That number reflects the duration of the confinement, the repeated nature of the offenses against each woman, and the conditions under which they were held across years. It is one of the largest indictments in Cuyahoga County history. On July 26th, Castro enters a guilty plea to 937 of those counts as part of a negotiated agreement that removes the possibility of capital punishment. On August 1st, he is sentenced to life in prison plus 1,000 years, without the possibility of parole. He serves 33 days of that sentence. On September 3, 2013, Ariel Castro is found dead in his cell. The cause is determined to be suicide. The house at 2207 Seymour Avenue is demolished on August 7, 2013. The lot is eventually turned into a memorial garden. Now, here's the part of this case that goes beyond the facts of what happened on Seymour Avenue. Because what happened there fits into a documented pattern. One that investigators and researchers have examined across multiple cases in multiple countries. J.C. Dugard in California, Elizabeth Fritzl in Austria. Long-term captivity cases where the victims are held in private residences in populated areas by perpetrators who maintain completely ordinary public lives the entire time. And the consistent finding across all of these cases is the same. Standard missing person investigations are not built to find someone who is being held in a fixed private location by a person who looks like a neighbor. The investigative trail ends at the point of abduction because the victim doesn't leave a trail. They're taken immediately into a contained private space. And from that moment forward, there's nothing for investigators to follow. In Cleveland, that trail ended at the corner of West 105th and Lorraine Avenue in the spring of 2004. 3 girls in 3 separate incidents, and the system treated each one as its own isolated case because there was nothing visible connecting them. The connection was inside a house on Seymour Avenue the whole time. Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Gina DeJesus have all spoken publicly about their experiences and their lives after 2013. They survived something that most people cannot fully imagine. And Amanda Berry made the call that ended it. Got to a door, found a neighbor, and brought a decade of captivity to a close in a matter of minutes. 3 missing person cases, 1 address, 1 phone call, and a neighborhood that had no idea what was happening 2 blocks away.